Welcome to jQuery video series, and this is part 77, and today we will look into the wrap method. Alright, so before I jump into the code, I'm assuming that you have the jQuery file with you and you have added the reference of this file into your head section like this, and also you have written some basic JavaScript code, in order for us to execute the jQuery instructions, right? So before I proceed further, I want to show you some. First, let's have a look at the markup. So what I have here is I have one h2 tag, and I also have one paragraph tag, and the same is repeated at the bottom. I also have one div tag with the ID as OK, and within that I have two paragraphs, paragraph 2 and 3. Alright, so this is a basic HTML I have, and these paragraphs have class alone. So what it means is I have defined the style over here. So those elements who has the style, the classes alone, they will be having a border of 5 pixels, and that would be in black color. So if I run this thing pretty quick, so you can see, these alone classes have the border, right? So these are the ones, right? Now, once you have the understanding of this markup and the CSS, which I have written over here, I am going to start with the wrap method. So what wrap method does is it wraps the HTML around the set of matching element. So what I mean is, take an example of a chocolate and a wrapper. So what happens is, generally when you get a chocolate, you see the wrapper outside, right? So what I'm doing over here is, on the left hand side I have a chocolate, and on the right hand side I have a wrapper. So I'm saying that this element p dot alone, which means those paragraph who's having a class alone, they should be wrapped within this element. Now the thing over here is, this is something we are creating on the fly. So when I'm going to run this thing, you will see, this div element will be created for us as a wrapper, and within this wrapper we will find the paragraph with class alone. So these two will be wrapped by this div. Right. So let me run this thing pretty quick, and you can see that, I need to save first, and now I run. So you will see that hi I am alone was the p tag who had the class as alone, which is now wrapped within the div tag. So if I look at the Firebug, you can see over here, this is the div class green, which is created on the fly, which is right here, and within that I have my p tag alone. Right. So if you look at the markup, you can see this p is right here, which is not wrapped yet. But once we have executed this jQuery instruction, it has been wrapped by this div class. And the same thing has happened for the last element as well. So you're getting my point, right? Now again, this becomes more funny if you want to go more, deep inside. So what I'm doing over here again is I'm doing, you saw this div class, right? So within this div class, again, I'm adding one more div class. All right, so now you can assume, so what is going to happen over here is, now there will be two wrappers. First will be green. Again, within green, I'll be having a blue, and then within blue, I'll be having this p tag, right? So let me save this thing, and let's do the preview. So you're getting my point, right? So we have two wrappers now, actually. The way I create an HTML, that matters. So outer one is a green one, which is right here. The inner one is a blue one. So let's have a look. So within that I have a blue one, and within that I have my chocolate. So there you go. So I hope you got the idea how to use a wrap method, which is pretty simple. Up next, we are going to use the unwrap method. So thank you for your time, and thank you for listening.